They'll run it here. This is James White. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 47 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
36.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's real.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Now Gordon on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jeremiah Tauchu. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Third and long. It's gone. Hunter Henry brings it in. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Throwing on second down. Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Manziel. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. First down, here's White. 7 yards on the pickup there.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Five. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 7. Goff eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Goff. And it's complete. Henry. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Goff on first down. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Here we go.
Goff throwing again. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On the ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll try the jet sweep here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That's complete to White.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Manziel. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Manziel looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. Complete. It's Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They run the draw play. This is White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. First carry for James Conner. And his first carry, he loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the counter, here's Gordon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So I guess you'd say an unlikely source there with a big carry. It's the fullback showing that he has some range.
Now, how'd you like to be in the running backs room next week when they review this? Because he's going to be asking for tail.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. McManus now for the extra point. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's James Cunyer now as he trots back onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Manziel's pass complete to number 80.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point after.
And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Chargers 14.
So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's polished off by a Viking score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go!
Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
He's coming. We got nothing.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, as the first half is winding down. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Over the middle, it's complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's got White here.
Cheetah!
So we've reached the intermission, and due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the counter. It's Gordon. He'll have another first down and more. And down right around the 37. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. He's got it to Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his second season, the future bright. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. And he gets it to Boulder. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 15.
Now gone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays.
Looking for Bolden, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They stay on the ground with White. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mike's 50. Watch the screen.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 45 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Complete, it's Henry. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, 28 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hill now to throw. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, 47 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he connects with Vance McDonald. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's into the end zone. Chargers touchdown. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Hill. That's complete to his running back, Cunyer. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space, because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Hill. He'll dump this one off to Cunyer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Hill. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And this one to Treadwell, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. On second down, Cunyer looking for space. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Hill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, it's Collins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Cunyer. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 43-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun. Hill. That's caught by Treadwell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me.
A shotgun snap for Hill. And the catch made by Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Try to do better.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a loss of 18. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit, they were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.